he puts his phone down face down.
Oh,
that's a red flag. If he only, if whenever he's not with you, he never communicates with you. But while he's with you, he's always on his phone. Okay. That's a red flag.
Okay.
If he only texts you at night, why? Are you a witch? That is also a red flag.
That sounds like something Bura would do. I mean, all three.
Yeah. Well, yes. In fact, we've seen him do all three. To more than 3 people. Then there is. Then somebody said this is a red flag against women if she seems to have taken too much vitamin I. Do you know what vitamin I is?
What's that?
Everything is about hair. So I mean.
Oh, vitamin I.
If the whole conversation is just overdosed with vitamin I, that's a red flag. What are your red flags?
I mean, if everything's about money, yeah. I mean, hear stories. People first day you meet the person is demanding money. It's like,
my uncle,
buy me this, buy me. I need this, I need that.
I have an emergency.
Yeah, poor hygiene.
I need 12,000. Poor hygiene, eh? Yeah, that's a red flag right up your nose.
If you're a lady, you've got to bath, please.
Quote of the day. Listen, send through your own red flags. And you know we love voice notes. So send them through. We'll play them all, okay? Tell us what the red flag is. And if there's a story behind it, if there's a reason why that's a red flag for you, give us the whole story. All right, use our WhatsApp line 055-111-997. Send through your red flags. And I would most definitely share them with the world. Sabutizi, red flag.
If all the time, but my family, that kind of stuff.
Hey.
Sabute doesn't like family women. He doesn't like that. Why do you even have a family?
Right.
We don't like that. We don't like women with families.
Family. Before you know, the extended families in the house. Like
Sabute wants a woman who has no familial ties.
No, not that.
So that nobody will miss her when she disappears.
Not that. When
that's a red flag.
When it's always about you, your family, and not us.
You have to take care of my mother, my father.
Yeah, let's develop us first. When we are comfortable and we feel we can, then we extend.
Then you start
That's
thinking
why
of others.
Call it extended family.
I see.
Hey.
But we haven't. All the time.
I thought Sabute wanted a woman who will not be missed for a while if she disappears. The police will not send out because she doesn't have any family. Sabute, yourself, you're a red flag. All right, the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. So, like, for at least, he has at least a week's head start before people start inquiring. Where's your wife? Joy Business Report is coming up now. Brought to you by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life. If you're going to date Sabute, you need Glyco Life Insurance because it provides you with cover for all of your potential trips, especially the ones that you take without your extended family. All right. It covers you for medical and emergency assistance, including COVID cover, personal 24-hour assistance, replacement for lost baggage, passport, driving license, national ID card, and or any other consular documents. Glyco Travel Insurance also gives you cover for personal accident, personal liability, compensation for trip cancellation or curtailment, and losses and delays that last over 4 hours. Call Glyco Life on 0302 218 500 or 020-2222-113. That's also a WhatsApp number. For a travel insurance policy that best suits your needs, for an enjoyable travel in absolute peace of mind, it's got to be Glyco. They cushion you.
So is that why you broke up with that other lady? Is that why you broke up with her?
Wait, because of her family. She had too many cousins. Or is it aunties? No more tough friend. So free system nim kakra.
No, what you going there?
Ayo. We cushion you for life.
Good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, former Finance Minister said Acquah predicts Ghana will miss an international monetary fund deal by first quarter of this year. Details coming up. Also, African Center for Energy Policy demands reversal of MPA's decision to only supply petroleum products to oil marketing companies with more than 45 outlets under the Gold for Oil program. Plus, more businesses in Ghana turning to expatriates as they struggle to get the right skill set locally to meet their demands. Details coming up. My name is Acquah. Happy Friday. Thanks for being with us, everyone. First up, former Finance Minister said Acquah is predicting that Ghana may likely miss the first quarter target for an International Monetary Fund program. He is, however, hopeful Ghana would be able to secure a program with the fund in the second quarter during the spring meetings in Washington, D.C., U.S. Ghana is seeking to sign a $3 billion deal with the IMF to help revive the economy. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Acquah said government would not be able to meet the first quarter target due to delays in completing external debt cancellations and meeting other critical requirements.
Bear in mind the need for us to come to some agreement, in the context of these external debt exchange negotiations. Latest, maybe I would say it may not be feasible at the end of this month. It's impracticable, but if we can get it done at the end of March at the latest, and then during the IMF World Bank spring meeting, get into the final negotiations, and nail the coffin on on the exchange with the staff level agreement, gaining acceptance, then I think we would be in a position the second quarter, beginning of second quarter, to have the IMF agreement going.
Former Minister of Finance said Acquah, the Ghana International Bank is well positioned and ready to increase support to both large and small entities that are involved in the export of the country's commodities to the Western world. This would ensure the country generates the needed foreign exchange support as well as benefit from its natural commodities. Head of Client Coverage for Africa at the Ghana International Bank, Owusu-Aboagye, gave the assurance after a 4-day trade financing training for some banks in the country.
Only to assist in bringing in goods, but to help add value to the commodities that we have here so we can earn more from exporting those commodities in a processed state than in just a raw state. We provide funding for capital expenditure, plant and machinery. We facilitate business, export business. We are in contact with many traders from the other side of the world, and so we are able to provide expertise in terms of financing and particularly in terms of trade. And so we bring to the table our expertise in trade and the balance sheet support that we can for businesses that seek to expand and their export.
Head of Client Coverage for Africa, the Ghana International Bank, Owusu-Aboagye. Now, more businesses are turning to expatriates as they struggle to secure the right skill set to meet their needs. That's according to some chief executives and business owners who have been speaking on PM Express Business Edition on skills availability and competence in Ghana. Let's listen to Dr. Michael Ejiokum-Ado, who is chief executive of Mikado Holdings.
I am into the pharmaceutical industry, just to narrow it down. And we have nobody called industrial engineering pharmacist or technician. So most of the pharmaceutical manufacturing houses are employing Indians or Chinese or foreigners to run the machines and to operate, and even the quality control, quality assurance. We don't have them.
Next, Chief Operating Officer Spectra Global, Karen Holm, who was also on the program, she has been challenging claims that businesses are not employing.
Is not a lack of jobs, especially in the construction sector.
You mean you have lots of spaces there, especially in your place?
Of course.
In our place as well.
Of course. Even now, we are looking for a construction manager. We have been looking for a construction manager for the past 2 years. For the past 2 years, we've had interviews upon interviews. It just doesn't work. So now, the question we're asking ourselves, do we also join the wagon and go to India?
Karen Holm, the Chief Operating Officer at Spectra Global, and there's a repeat of that conversation this morning at 11 on the Joy News channel. Now, the Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, has criticized the National Petroleum Authority for disallowing oil marketing companies who do not have more than 45 outlets to receive petroleum products under the Gold for Oil program. ACEP believes it is absurd for the NPA to come up with such a criteria arguing the policy could hurt indigenous oil marketing companies struggling to survive in the petroleum downstream sector. Executive Director of ASEP, Benjamin Boakye, tells Joy Business that decision must be reversed immediately to save local companies from collapsing.
Ghana, across the value chain, will be the worst for it. I mean, look at the ridiculous things that are happening where NPA, you have licensed OMCs, BDCs, taking money from them, and suddenly you are sidelining some of them and trying to promote some of them. So what are you going to do to those that you're not going to give opportunities to, but you're taking their money and license them? The same in the gold sector. People have been licensed to be, exporting gold. They've set up the infrastructure, the mechanism to be able to do that. And suddenly you throw in a wrench and say, you don't do business anymore. And it is quite, synonymous to a lot of things that are happening in our country lately, where government suddenly thinks that it is the best businessman to do everything, all right? So they are setting up all these schemes just to promote some self-interest and not a national interest. And I think we have to really look at this.
Executive Director of the African Center for Energy Policy, Benjamin Boakye. Let's check the commodity market for you this morning. Crude oil trading currently at $82 a barrel. Gold gained more than $2 to open trading at $1,825 an ounce. Cocoa is selling this morning at $2,770 a ton after losing $9 from yesterday's trading. Now, as part of efforts to boost trade and support SMEs to expand to other markets, Zenith Bank Ghana, in partnership with the World Trade Center, Acquah, and Alibaba.com, has launched a 2-week training e-commerce training seminar intended to equip small and medium-sized organizations with the needed resources to promote their businesses online. Speaking to Joy Business, divisional head in charge of marketing at Zenith Bank, Kwame Adade, said the bank is committed to supporting SMEs to maximize their full potential and expand to global markets.
Realized at Zenith Bank was that apart from the problems that sometimes SMEs face with facilities, they also face problems in accessing markets. Their reach in terms of making themselves visible is not always there. And we felt that if we're able to come on board with Alibaba, we'll be able to help them reach out to the greater space outside, even beyond Ghana, so that we can also help our SMEs grow beyond this particular country. There's a market in Ghana, there's a market out there as well. So we just felt that we needed to help them access it as well. And it also brings in much needed effects for the country.
You heard Kwame Adade, Divisional Head of Marketing at Zenith Bank Ghana. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. Turning next to our business journal for today, the story of a student of the University of Ghana, Emmanuel Abam, who fears his dream of becoming a geophysicist may be dashed. According to him, the increase in the cost of items is eroding the meager income he earns on the streets from his yogurt business. Here's more.
We are in Accra. All of us are minding our business. Like, we struggle to feed ourselves. So that one, it has nothing to do with me and my customers.
After a long day in the lecture hall, I ran into Abam, a University of Ghana level 200 students. After nearly 4 hours of lectures on optical mineralogy and physical chemistry, his face is worn out. He should be preparing for atomic physics and quantum phenomena lecture at 3:30 p.m. But instead, the young man must leave class and hit the street of Medina to hustle for money to pay for transportation the next day.
That's the work I do to support myself. Pay my fees, then feed myself. I started last year. I worked for 1 year in Tema. That's when I completed secondary school. And the little that I had, I decided that yes, it would be good for me if I further my education. But without thinking about the challenges that may happen in future, I went into school.
The 21-year-old from Halfasini in the western region of Ghana completed SHS 4 years ago with no plans to further his education. His parents and relatives were not in good position to pin his aspirations.
My parents are there. Yeah, they are there. If they would have supported me. Both of them are into fishery. My mom is a fishmonger and my father is a fisherman.
He was forced to engage in manual jobs and save some money in order to pursue his geophysicist goal. Loved by many, Abam tells me juggling academics and selling is affecting him. The situation gets worse as family members in his state turn to him for assistance.
In fact, I can't learn with empty stomach. So I have to, find something. And as I'm schooling too, I can't say because of the challenges I will stop. Yeah, so I have to work small to support myself. That is on Saturdays and maybe Sundays, but for the Sundays, not all that regular. I only work on Saturday and use Sundays and the non-working and the working days to, study.
He occasionally worries that the difficulties he faces will prevent him from achieving his aspirations of becoming a geophysicist.
Geophysics, we do study the Earth surface using, the Earth. Let me put it in this way. We use the physical properties of the Earth, to study its nature, minerals, and other things. So our main focus is to, locate mineral resources, and all Earth properties.
Environmental science predicts an 8% increase in the demand for geophysics skills between 2020 and 2030. For Joy Business, James Eshen.
Thanks, James. And as we wrap up this morning, let's check the currency market for you. The dollar going for 13 cedis, the pound selling at 15 cedis, 25 pesos, and the euro going for 13 cedis, 45 pesos. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Carl. Thanks for listening. It's Red Flags Friday. That's